What's up, motherfuckers? Chris Holowicki coming at you with a new screen recording video. I'm making this because I've been kind of questioning whether or not I want to identify, throw a label on myself that I've been using for a little while now. Excuse me. And that label is a classical liberal. I don't know if it completely applies to me. I mainly adopted the term just to distance myself because from people on the far left. Because I'm absolutely on the left. I've voted left for my entire voting eligible life, which has been 14 years now. I've been voting in elections for 14 years on the left ticket. But as you all know, if you follow me or if you've been paying attention at all, there's a lot of embarrassing people on the left that don't hold any of the values that I hold dear, especially as an artist per se. Yeah, so I went on Google and I found this little quiz to find out what kind of liberal are you. So I'm going to see if this gives me a little bit of insight of exactly how I can, which I don't want to put, hey, I'm one of these or I'm one of these, but I want to be able to tell somebody something so they know where exactly that I'm coming from. Because you get into a lot of misunderstandings. You start talking shit about people who are supposed to be on your side on the left and shit, and they're doing things that are morally repugnant to you. It's like, what are you going to do? And the right is, they love to just lump all liberals in with the regressives, the far lefts, the SJWs. So, I think it's kind of important to find a way to represent where you stand when it comes to shit like this. So let's just jump into this quiz. I'm doing this on my phone because I don't own a computer. I make all my videos on cell phone, and let's see if I can make some entertaining content for you kids. Should the voting age be lowered to 16? No. Should the voting age be raised to 21? I find that nowadays I despise anyone between the ages of 18 and 27. Not in general, but just that's, it's even people in their 30s or even aging SJWs, real pathetic people. But yeah, I still think that 18-year-olds, let's do it, shouldn't be raised to 21. Is there a need for a government? Absolutely. These fucking anarchists, these Antifa cunts, and all these middle class, upper middle class rich kids living in fantasy land, talking about we don't need a government, we can do anarchy plus communism, anarcho-communist. It's like no, we could use a government, and even though we fuck up a lot. America ain't perfect or nothing, but there's maybe 2 or 3 other places that I would want to actually live, and none of them more than where I live right now. And if you've seen around, if you follow me, I live in a shithole. I don't have a great life, but I can't really think of anywhere else that I would rather be. Only place I really want to be is on my couch, is in my apartment. As I say, I guess you can move me to a different country as long as I can get booze at a reasonable hour. You gotta sell it at least until 1 or 2 at night, Otherwise, like, fuck living there. It's like I gotta plan my alcoholism around you and your times. Alcohol should be available 24 hours a day. They should never stop selling. Should there be more environmental protection through property rights? What the fuck does that mean? I'm going to say no preference on that because I don't know exactly what they mean. Should there be more environmental protection through taxation of externalities? So that would mean, let's say that a business. I think I'm getting this right. Let's say like a business is causing a lot of pollution, maybe like toxifying a stream or a lake or something. Should they be taxed more heavily? I think I'm getting that right. I'm gonna say yes, and I'm gonna put that as a high priority. Don't go back. God damn it. It's as high as it's gonna get. Should there be more environmental protection through regulations in general? Yes. Let's save the world, people. Didn't you guys ever watch Captain Planet and shit? Should there be more unrestricted free trade? I'm gonna just say yes, and ooh, that's gonna be more of a lower priority. I mean, never mind. Should there be more trade with environmental and labor conditions? What does that mean? Should there be more trade with environmental and labor conditions? I'm a fucking idiot. Why am I even taking this test? Should there be more protectionism? Alright, so that's protecting our country from outside sources that would harm our economy. So like let's say like nothing's made in America right now. So we would tax things that we send out. Yes, I totally. If this is what I think that it means, if a company is going to, this is the way I'm looking at it now, and agree or disagree with me here. If a company is going to make $1 million billion in America, let's take Nike for instance. Um, like let's say like there's gonna be an 8-year-old kid who puts together my Jordans overseas, and then they're gonna go and try to sell these to me for $120, even if they match my hat. They're paying some little kid like pennies on the dollar to make the shoes, and yet they're making all this money off of us, the people. So yeah, fuck them. I think I even believe like this is my thought, and this is it's not this is what I feel, but I know it's unrealistic and it would just like hurt the companies throughout the states. But if I were in charge of things, I think that I would, if you're going to use sweatshop labor and underpaid disadvantaged people, I'd say that the taxation should be so high that it would cost the company just as much that it would cost to pay labor in the states to have the factories here. Like, let's say you had to pay like $15 an hour in a shoe factory in America to an American to make those piece of shit Jordans that are gonna fall apart in a year. Very poorly made shoes are way overpriced, and so I want it to cost the same as if you're gonna make some poor little kid or some poor woman who has to work 16 hours a day sewing together shitty shoes. Yeah, I say we tax the fuck out of those people. But who knows? Maybe I've got the definition, or maybe protectionism. I might be like way off about this. Um, As I knew 4 seconds in, you're too dumb for this test, Chris Holowicki. Should there be amnesty for illegal immigrants? Um, for all illegal immigrants? Probably not. Um, then again, illegal immigrants make the world go round in this country. I mean, I interact with illegal immigrants every day from via Mexico, and I like them better than the regular old white people that I have to deal with on the fly around here. Um, they're great. Illegal immigrants are an asset to this country. I mean, I see these narratives like they're taking fucking the tired narratives of they're taking your jobs or some bullshit like that, but not really. They really the Mexican culture blends really well. Like even South America and everything south of Texas, that whole culture like blends very well with American culture. They unlike what we see with like let's compare Mexican illegal immigrants, people who sneak in here, compared to North African and Middle Eastern migrants who come into Germany and Sweden and France, all over the EU. And we look at the differences there. Like, when Mexican people come here, they blend in, even if they don't speak the language, they fit in right along with our Western culture. What we see in the EU with the migrant crisis, the migrant and refugee. There's a lot of refugees coming in too, but from a lot of shit I've read, it's a migrant crisis. There's people coming from all over the place, just funneling in to Spain and Germany and everywhere, and taking advantage of the situation. And you just don't see it. It's not the same cultural friction. Like when Mexican people are fucking awesome. And I'm just gonna say this right now. I'd rather talk to a Mexican dude who speaks very little English than any of you motherfuckers out here who have all your boring stories and stuff. Like we talk out some good stuff, and the language barrier doesn't even stop us. What the fuck am I talking about? All right, I did a bunch of virtue. I talked about immigration. Should there be amnesty for illegal immigrants? I'm going to say yes, but I'm going to low prioritize it because it's a little too vague because, anyone could be crossing the border. I mean, there's a huge, and this is part of the war on drugs, but there's a huge cartel problem, and there's some violent people going back and forth, but I don't know. I love Chris Holowicki. I'm holding my phone. Here's half a heart. Legal immigrants are awesome. Excuse me. Should there be an expansion of the guest worker program? Fuck me. No preference. You know what? Guest worker program. That's when you wait to do this before that. Yeah, I don't really care. Should same-sex marriage or civil unions be permitted? Yes, absolutely. It's high priority. The only reason that they aren't is because of religious bullshit. Morals. My morals for my fake thing that I believe in. Should there be a return to the gold standard? I think that would cripple us because I don't think we have enough gold to sustain all the money we printed out. Should there be universal health care? Yes, we're living in what's supposedly the greatest country in the world, and yet like there's people like needlessly dying and not being able to treat their fucking things. I haven't been able to see like a real doctor unless there's in like one or two like emergencies. Like I needed to get a tooth ripped out one time, but that's a dentist. Luckily, I just haven't gotten real sick, but I'm like 32 right now, and I haven't been able to see a doctor regularly since I was like 19. Hopefully, there's not a fucking tumor growing somewhere in my insides because, yeah, I'm falling through the fucking cracks. And that's why this one is going to be a high priority. Should there be a minimum wage? Absolutely. And it should be higher, too. Let me get on this minimum wage thing real quick. This is how I like to explain to people who are just like, oh, $15 an hour to work in the fucking McDonald's. McDonald's is a shitty fucking job. I make $25 an hour, and you know what I do? I drive around and I listen to podcasts. My job is like 8% as hard as someone who works at fucking Burger King or McDonald's. Those jobs suck dick. And the thing about it is, yeah, they should be getting paid $15 an hour because I remember the minimum wage back when I entered the workforce. It was around like probably like $7 to $8 an hour back in 2004. And 2004 to 2017, I like to use this example. You know how they used to have those tiny little bags of chips, and they used to be 4 for $1? Well, eventually, they became 3 for $1. And then a few years after that, and now, as in today, they're only 2 for $1. So that means that the dollar has dropped half of its worth, yet the minimum wage has gone up maybe like, I think it's at like 9 or something. So the dollar is half its worth, and the minimum wage has gone up maybe around 25%. So yeah, there should be a minimum wage, and it should be fucking higher. But if you want to live in the real world, because that minimum wage isn't going to go up, you're not going to be able to survive minimum wage. Sell drugs, or find a job where you can get killer tips. I pick the latter. Saying is that I don't commit crime in selling drugs. I don't sell drugs. Not anymore. Should the military spending be expanded? I'm just going to say no preference on that because shit, I mean, we've got this fucking this fat Korean baby, Kim Jong-un, threatening to bomb Guam with nuclear missiles. And he seems like kind of a legitimate threat because they can't even feed their fucking people. And it's like when you got a guy that has nothing to lose and he wants to go out like a superhero. This guy's probably been brainwashed since he's a little kid. He seems touched to the point where he believes the propaganda that his country is spewing out to the people. Like, even though he knows more than the people that he has under his heel. We've got an unstable person, and you know, I mean, since I've become political aware post 9/11, I've seen so much fucked up shit through the military. I've seen so much money wasted through the military, and you know what? Maybe we got enough shit. I bet we got enough bombs and shit. We got drones and shit now. We could take care of it. We don't need to expand the military spending. Am I done with the test? Now you have answered all the questions. Continue to show me the results button below. What do I got? What is it? I'm social liberalism. Okay. Results I like to see most popular job market. 100% social liberalism. All right, your complete results. Default order in alphabetical. This guy determined the order. Number 1, social liberalism 100%. Green liberalism 70%. Classical liberalism 48%. All right, so I'm half classical liberal. That's okay. Oh fuck, I'm social liberalism. Does that mean I'm like half an SGW? Oh my lord. National liberalism 48%. Okay. Conservative liberalism 22%. Mark minarchist minarchist libertarianism Austrian school. What the fuck does that mean? Anarcho-capitalism. Okay. 3%. Liberal conservatism 0%. All right. I'm going to take a screen grab of this. I got to take another one. There we go. So yeah, this is interesting. Look at that. I'll leave a link to this quiz in the description, and this actually answered a lot of questions. I want to say, am I a classical liberal? I kind of am, but I'm also into social liberalism, I guess, too, which that's okay. So next time some fucking fucktard SJW or regressive tries to call me alt-right in a Facebook thread, I could just screen grab this and say, fuck you, bitch. Here, let's take one more for the road. Got my duck face on. Alright, cool. Well, thanks for watching, motherfuckers. Take the test. Let me know your results. And until next time, stay metal and hail fucking Satan. Bye!